What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you get an opportunity on the way out, drop a comment, drop some hashtags. It's really going to help us out here on the channel. Now, I've been talking a lot recently about Justin Sun and his progression throughout the crypto space, and there's a very eerily similar resemblance currently underway in regards to USDD with its 20% APY. And this is very similar to USTC being UST at the time's 19.5% APY. And for myself, it's raising major red flags for many of the same reasons. When we actually look at both of these coins, they both were or are algorithmic stable coins, relying on a mix of incentives and reserves to maintain their peg. So let me kind of break down the comparison and why it's really quite concerning to me. The high unsustainable yield, as I mentioned, Anchor Protocol offered 19.5% APY on UST, and USDD is initially offering around 20% APY, which is unusually high, and it's going to rely on subsidies rather than organic demand. So once that organic demand really isn't there, you're going to be left with a situation where it dries up and it's going to do an Anchor UST, and it's going to affect DeFi because this is a decentralized, algorithmically stable model. Both stablecoins are attempting to maintain their peg through algorithmic mechanisms rather than being fully backed by fiat reserves. You're going to have over collateralization as a selling point. After UST's collapse, USDD actually claimed to be safer by maintaining over collateralization with BTC and TRX, some other assets as well. But again, this doesn't necessarily protect it from a crisis of confidence. When we look at UST and the LFG reserves, we saw how that went down, right? There was a mixture of assets, but it made absolutely zero difference. Now, Tron's involvement with USD being created by Justin Sun, who has a history of these controversial crypto projects, is adding another layer of skepticism and raising more red flags in my head. There are some key differences here that you guys do need to understand. UST had a direct mint and burn mechanism with Luna. USDD doesn't have that same direct algorithmic relationship with TRX. This makes it slightly different in design. However, the yield incentive remains a major concern for me right here. And again, right, a lot of people are going to be bullish on the fact that they can get up to 20% APY back on their UST, and they're just going to pillage and plunder until there's nothing left to pillage and plunder. The same on UST. So if the demand for USDD dries up, the system could fall into the same death spiral as UST, and this is going to affect the entirety of the decentralized ecosystem in the same way that the Thor chain collapse is currently having a major effect on DeFi. Their reliance on centralized reserves being BTC and TRX makes it more like a hybrid model, right? But that doesn't eliminate the risks of these bank runs that we've seen on UST in the past. The AVAX that they held, the BNB they held, the UST reserve, the Luna reserve, and then also the BTC reserve still didn't save the UST product. Everything still collapsed regardless of the over collateralization and having a wide array of assets. So in short, what I'm trying to say is the USDD model is dangerously close to UST's previously existing model, and anyone chasing its high yields should be extremely cautious, because you could find that you get very confident in this product to find there's going to be a bank run on it in the future. And when we look at Justin Sun and his reason for doing this, it's simply because they have plenty of money. That is not a good reason for doing this, and this scares me. It scares me on a crazy level right now, to a point where I feel it's necessary to do this video to inform people just on how similar this USDD 2.0 with its 20% APY is to UST and Anchor Protocol and its 19.5% APY. It's interesting to say the least. It's more scary than anything, and I've noticed other people are beginning to pick up on it. Now, some of you might actually be sat there wondering just how big was the UST crash back in 2022 and how much was wiped out from the market. We're talking around $50 billion of market capitalization crossed between UST and Luna and causing over around $400 billion in losses for the broader cryptocurrency markets. When I say DeFi cannot survive another major bank run like we saw on UST, trust me, that is something none of us want to see, period. It scares me. It scares me so much. Like I said, I felt the need to do this video to show you guys how similar Justin Sun's path is to Do Kwon's. It's weird that these prominent figures, right, they get into this god mode, if you will, where they're like, well, we've just got so much money, we'll do this because, you know, it's fun. It's like, actually think about the earthquake that you could cause if you fail to achieve what you've outlined and what you've promised to all of these different people that may or may not invest in this product that's USDD with its unsustainable 20% APY yields. That's absolutely crazy. And anyone sitting there saying, oh, you know, this is really good, it's going to be great and it's going to be fine, it's not going to crash, you're ignoring the fact that UST has already been through this exact same thing, and it basically killed the entire Cosmos ecosystem. And Thorchain, as I explained previously, has essentially been carrying the Cosmos ever since. They're the ones who have been micromanaging a lot of the intercommunication and all of the different, it's concerning, guys. We should be very, very concerned and very worried about what Justin Sun is doing. Again, these guys do not care about the earthquakes they're going to cause. Look at what Do Kwon has done in the wake of his crash. Look at how he handled it, and it's still ongoing now. There's still a criminal case to be fought in the courts of law. This is all stuff I never ever want to see DeFi go through again. Instead, we should be thinking about building sustainable products that are going to foster in a better ecosystem instead of going, well, let's just do what the last guy did and hope it all goes down well. But let me know what you guys think about this. I know I always ask you guys to let me know what you think and, you know, drop a comment, but like, I really do want to know what you guys think. This is why I'm very interested in starting up my daily live streams again for 2 hours so I can really intercommunicate more with all of you. But if you haven't checked out our previous video today on LUNCDash, do go back, have a listen to that, get yourselves up to date. It's very important that you use and utilize native assets that are being designed and then pushed out for you guys. Aside that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and stay with me, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!